What's up, guys? It's Kit Dale from kitdaletraining.com. I'm here with Paul Sean. Paul Sean is a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu and he's a Division 1 wrestler. I've been asked a few questions on escaping side control. Now, it's been a long time since I've been stuck in side control for long enough to really think about this, but I'm training a guy at the moment who's a Bellator kickboxing world champion, and we're working on his grappling, and he's had a problem with getting stuck in side control. So now that I've reassessed the side control position with my black belt brain, it's been a little bit easier to come up with some solutions that I want to show you guys. Now, I've been testing these out. I haven't seen anyone show these, so I want you guys to be the first to see it and work with it and see what you can get out of it. But I'm going to show you the position first. So the first is a traditional side control position where they have an over-under. Okay, he's under my arm and he's over my head. Now, what I like to always do from this position is I always like to frame his hips away from me. I don't want him too close over the top because now I've got nothing to push him back on. It's too hard for me to get close to him. So my first frames are going to be my elbows, and I always try and I make a little bit of space and I pull my elbow inside this hip here. I also cup his hip so he can't go to north-south. I don't want to go to this position here and then he runs north-south on me. I want to block that. My right leg is a little close to him as well, so he can't go to mount. If I sit this low, he's just going to mount me, okay? So I want to make sure I block that. Now the hard part is trying to get my hand on the inside of his throat, which is never super easy, okay? Sometimes his head's here, so sometimes I might have to get in there and just grind away on his eyeballs until I can get on his throat. But once I get on his throat, this is good because it's my forearm versus his throat, and I'm going to win this battle every single time. Once I get to this position here, what I'm going to do simultaneously is I'm going to push him to my right. I'm not pushing him directly up in the air. I'm pushing him to my right as well as hip escaping. So I plant my feet, I push him, and I hip escape to create space with my right leg here. So then as soon as I create this space, I quickly fill the space with my right knee. Now, traditionally, I would use this to sweep, but what I'm doing from here is I'm going to take his back. So the hand that blocked this hip here goes straight to this side, as well as his leg comes out and puts pressure on him. I'm putting pressure on him downwards and I'm pushing him this way because I don't want him to be over the top of me and I don't want him to push this knee through and pass again. So by creating this much space, it makes it hard for him to pass around and posture up. Once I have this, I've also exposed his elbow and arm, where if he's closer to me, as you can see, now it's hidden a little bit more. So by pushing him away, I've extended this arm. I now grab this arm, I bring this hand underneath his armpit now. So now I have an arm drag position. And I've got this right foot sitting here. So if he was to try and pop over the top of me, I follow him. What I use now is I use this to stretch him back as if I'm taking off pants. I push these down here. I bring both my legs out, post my weight here, turn up and grab his hip. Okay, he'll most likely try and turn and catch guard or something and I'll end up here. If not, I can take his back there. If it was MMA, I could punch him. Now this next side control position is a position I got stuck in and had a lot of problems from white, blue, purple, and brown, and black. I get under here, and instead of the traditional grips, he takes these grips now, okay, which changes everything. And he's blocked my hip. Now I used to hate this position because I kind of got stuck here, and I would end up just letting him go north-south and trying to wiggle my way out and using a heap of force. But what I'm going to do from this position here is same again. I'm going to try and get my arm on the inside, so somehow I've got to make space and bring my arm on the inside. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach through this side here and I'm going to grab his shoulder. I want to try and grab this as nice and tight as I can. Now depending on how big his arm is going to change certain things. This arm here I'm going to go to the inside of his neck. Okay, I'm not choking him, I'm just using this to push his neck because what I want to do is I want to move his weight forward off of the top of my hips here. So to do that, I lock this in, I lock this hand in, I bring my feet nice and close and I'm going to bridge up and I'm going to push him and pull him at the same time. Pull with my right arm and push with my left. And I get to this position here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hips over his arm here because I don't want him to go from here to an underhook again. If he pulls this to an underhook, then I lose that position. So I keep my hips on top of him here. Now I'm going to push him more and I'm going to sweep myself right out of here. I keep his arm still and I'm going to go straight to his hip. If he turns, I would land on top. If not, I'll go to his back position and then try and attack the back. Now, you don't get points for this. It's just a turnover, so don't think you're going to get points from the ref, but you've gone from side control back on top. I'm going to show you that one time a little bit quicker. So I'm underneath here, I get my arm through here, I reach through, grab the shoulder. This arm goes to the neck. I bring my feet up to make sure I can maximize my hip bump. I push him up here, I drop my hip over his arm, and now I'm going to plant my weight here and spin right out. I keep the grip on his tricep, I go straight to his hip, come up here, and then I smash his spine like that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Go to kitdaletraining.com. Thank you, Paul Sean, for that. I appreciate it. Take it easy, guys.